Welcome back to the channel. I'm Lady Nika, and with some breaking news, people. Breaking news. Khia has responded. Now, I know there have been several different people who have said that, in their video titles that Khia was responding, and it basically was no more than just some clips or something like that they would get. And, nobody really had heard from her because according to her she left it back in last Monday, not yesterday, last week's Monday. Okay, well, from what I understand, from what I got out of this live, Khia basically said that the production team that she was calling punks and told Maddie they need to get out of her house were the guys who just days before Madison did an interview on their show, and they allegedly were going to come over and help her set up this interview she and Khia had for Monique. Okay, well, according to Khia, it seemed like it was a sabotage thing because they worked on that before Monday. Monday they came, and it like from what she was saying, the whole time they was there, things were not right. Then it got down to crunch time, the day of the show. They could not get things right. And when she arrived, she tried to get Maddie to understand that it, based on her knowledge of having done videos and how things was looking in Madison's house, that maybe it would be wise for them to just cancel the interview and, just get on Facebook Live or Instagram Live and come to us and let us know that it's been postponed if Monique was willing to do that, okay? Because these people were not prepared at all. She said she begged Maddie to listen to her and let's just not, let's dumb it back down a little bit, because that's what people really liked in the beginning. And I said it, as well as a couple of you guys have said, that we preferred the living room conversations at the chateau. Madison, on the other hand, is a fancy bitch. We love her, but she's a fancy bitch. So she wanted to put off this big production that basically just didn't come together because she didn't have people that were on her team that wanted to help her. From what Khia was saying, these people was all over her house. Madison was upset and distraught all the way up until the time of taping, and they weren't doing anything. They just in her house causing her stress by steady showing that they weren't able to get anything done. In other words, it was some fuck niggas it was some fuck niggas that hate. When I say fuck niggas that hate, them the kind that come to your house and say they can help you out, and they spend all day around your shit and they don't be able to do a damn thing. And that's basically what the hell happened with Madison. And what made Khia so angry was the fact that Madison would not listen to her in this moment and just get on the iPads and just talk to the people and explain to us what was going on, cancel the interview because nothing working. The lights was off. The sound was off. The people that were supposedly her, air quote, production were the guys that she interviewed with a few days before. Now, let me tell you, when I go back in the archives of my mind, the last interview I remember Madison doing that was up on YouTube was that Larry Reid live show. Now, I ain't saying that's them because she didn't say that, but she did say it was some homosexual men who just had done an interview with her who claimed like they wanted to help her, and so that they got her to get all this shit, and it just didn't pan out. And Khia's frustration was, we don't need all of this. Let's take it back to the basics. That's what they like. And we can reschedule with Monique. If she really want us to have this interview, she'll reschedule with us. Khia she wasn't throwing Maddie under the bus. She knew that Monique was still taping. And didn't I tell y'all that was probably why she got upset? Because on Madison's end, she may have thought they weren't taping, but Khia knew that they were being taped. And she knew that was going to be a bad look on the Queen's Court. And she wanted Madison to just end it all and let's try again. Let's start from the beginning. Let's take it back to the basics. This didn't work out tonight. We're going to get together. We're going to work it out. And we're going to move from there. She she never wanted all that glitz and glamour. And a lot of y'all down in the comment section did tell me that you felt like that was the problem. I said I thought maybe it was a problem that Madison moved too fast to upgrade, and it was not necessary because they were a success sitting in her living room running it with us. So because she got frustrated and she knew what kind of bullshit Monique was on, she decided to leave. That's why she left. She didn't leave to leave her friend under the bus. She said she felt like when her business partner would not listen to her, and that's a part, they supposed to be doing this together, then that was her cue to go. She said she had prayed about it and everything a couple of times upstairs, I guess, in Maddie's living room area, and her spirit told her to just go. And that's what she did. She left. Now, moving forward, she been watching everything that's been going on social media. Y'all knew she was. She saw what Tasha K had to say. She said basically, fuck Tasha K, bitch don't know me, I don't know her. Now, that's her words. Them ain't my words. I like Miss Tasha K. I watches her shit. Funky Dineva, she said he lied on her too. She said that Funky Dineva and her did meet, but the reason why they didn't hit it off is because the event that she was doing with the Queens of the South. Y'all remember Khia did used to do the roasting gags with the Queens of the South, Dwight and Miko. Well, Funky Dineva wanted to be a part of their 4th of July vlog. He come there, he high, and all the time they there getting ready to film and stuff, he openly sniffing dope. This is all alleged, by the way. Allegedly, he was snorting dope on the off the bar. He was getting him some of that booger sugar, you know what I mean? And she said that people had came to her and was telling her, like, he doing this out in the open, like, ain't nobody watching him. And from that moment on, it ain't been good with him and her. She said she never made up nothing on him. Everything she said was actual and factual, and that she's done with him. She don't like him, and she felt like when he got on his platform and said what he said, he in a way was glad to see that fell apart. Not so much for her, because according to her, him and her been had this hate relationship, and he knows she don't get no fuck. What he was trying to do was he took an opportunity to make Madison feel even better for choosing to work with Khia. Now, I also got out of this that the Queen Court is Khia's. I know a lot of people was like, well, the Queen's Court can't go on without Khia. Well, Khia actually cleared that up. She said that, and we know this to be true, she been blogging, she been roasting and gagging, and she will continue to do so on Monday nights, just not live from the chateau. From what I get out of this whole situation is they have been able to salvage their relationship. However, because of how Maddie was unwilling, according to Khia, to kind of, listen to her ideas, she felt that it was best that they discontinue the Monday night shows. She will be going live herself from her, I don't know if it's going to be from her live on Facebook or her live on Instagram. I don't know how she going to do it, but she plans on continuing to do the show, just not with Maddie. She said they will do live shows like the DC show they got coming up. They will do the Queen's Court live together, but actually sitting down in front of the camera every Monday night, as we have become accustomed to them doing, is no more. She's going to do her own thing. And to be honest, she wasn't mean about it. She said she ain't got nothing but love for Maddie, but Maddie didn't listen to her. And that kind of drove a rift in between what they were trying to build together. Now, they're still planning on working together, but they won't be doing the live shows together. I hate it went this far. And it's still some more we're going to find out about. We're going to find out a whole lot more before this situation is all said and done. But she did respond finally today, and that's what she basically said. It was malfunctioning on the part of Madison wanting to do things a little bit too quick, too soon. And her thing is, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And the fact that she got some people to come in there to help them set all of this up. And although the people just interviewed Maddie 3 or 4 days before, when they got to Maddie's house to help her get her show together, they act like they didn't know how to get things going. And in the book of Khia's mind, that was all a setup. They didn't want to see her make it. Then she told us that after she had walked out on the Queen's Court last week, some of the very production people who came from this person who interviewed Maddie days before were in her inbox telling her to replace Maddie with them. They could do a better job. So you see, it was some fuck shit going on. And it was a lot deeper than what I thought. And I'm sure we're going to find out a whole lot more before it's all said and done. But so far, what we do know is they didn't fall out per se behind the technical difficulties. The breakdown began when Madison was unwilling to listen to Khia's position on what they needed to do, when it was evident hours prior to going on camera that show wasn't going to happen. And Khia got frustrated because she had to sit back and watch Maddie believe in a group of people who were not there to see her succeed. So in her frustrations, instead of staying there, she walked away. Her and Funky Dineva are not friends, but she said everything she said about him was nothing but the truth. And she also addressed the fact that he, maybe trying to vie to get down in the basement with Maddie. She said he could do that, but it ain't never going to be like what it was when it was her and Maddie. They both always had their own shows, and when it comes to live shows, she's decided to go her own way and do her own thing because she is the Queen's Court, and she's going to start doing the docket and the phone calls, all of that shit. But she's going to do it independently of Maddie because, I guess, of this situation. But they will still do the tour together. So that's all I got out of it, y'all. That's all that's on the, that's all that they've given us so far. If you want to catch her live, you can, if you're on Instagram, go to her Instagram page at Khia Thug Misses, and you can watch her live that she just did, and she'll explain it all to you. And hopefully you'll understand it a little bit better if you didn't get what I'm saying here now. But that's it, y'all. There will be no more Monday Nights Queen Court with T.S. Madison and Khia. So far, that is what Khia is saying. She does not want to do the show with Maddie anymore. They're only going to go out and do the tour. They'll do live performances. But the Monday night action is over with for the both of them as far as a duo. But Khia will still be doing it herself on Mondays from her platform. So that was it. And I told y'all that Monique was up to no good. Go watch that live. You'll see what she said. It's a lot. It's a lot that went down. But I think that a lot of people jumped to conclusions and misjudged Khia. And maybe even I did for a minute because I felt like you don't lead your ship. But if my ship ain't listening to me, then I'm going to get the hell off of it before it sink, okay? Anyway, y'all, that's the update on what's going on with the Queen's Court. Y'all remember to rate, comment, subscribe, and share this video. And remember, the depth of your struggle will determine the height of your success. I'll see you guys tonight with some reviews and the have and have-nots. Peace.